So Ashnavi Vaishnav is a Ministry of Railway, is an IS officer. So S. J. Shankar, Minister of External Affairs, is an IFS officer. So education from JNU. तो हरदीप सिंह पुरी जो मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ पेट्रोलियम एंड नेचुरल गैस है, ये भी मिनिस्टर थे पहले, तो पहले ये कहते हैं सिविल सर्वेंट थे, हरदीप सिंह पुरी मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ पेट्रोलियम एंड गैस नेचुरल गैस. तो राम प्रसाद सिंह ये भी IAS थे. सो इट इज argued that since independence India has fallen short of efficient execution of policy. Implementation execution सही से नहीं हो पा जाता है. Notwithstanding the huge progress made in areas such as space, information technology, India appears to be struggling in several basic yet key social factors such as healthcare, education, sanitation, housing and food security. To ameliorate the living standard of the people, it is appropriate for the present dispensation to trust bureaucracy and professionals give them training and experience. Given their training and experience, the policy implementation at the grassroots level as a country embarks on celebrating 75th anniversary of independence, now introducing the profession as a cabinet minister in the council of ministers seems to have become a new paradigm in India. The decision has its own advantage, disadvantage, and thus there is a need to evaluate the decision. So advantage of including ex-bureaucrats in the council of minister. एग्जीक्यूशन फ्रेंडली पॉलिसीज़ का होगा, ठीक है, एग्जीक्यूशन फ्रेंडली पॉलिसी लेके आएंगे बिकॉज ब्यूरोक्रेट्स हैव एक्सपीरियंस इन इम्प्लीमेंटिंग द पॉलिसीज. देन लो allegiance to any ideology. So just like that, they are relatively low allegiance to any ideology. Avoid populist measures, so that they will take the long term, because populist measure inclination, so elected representative has an inclination to take populist measure for the short term political gains, but such a policy is often become instrument of patronage and pilferage seasoned bureaucrats. So now that will avoid populist measure and will take long term decision. Bureaucrats know the system inside out, so they have a knowledge of the system inside out. So several economies bear the testimony to the fact that when the policies were entirely re-engineered, it led to dramatic progress. India is liberalizing its economy in the early 1990s is one such example. So quick and seamless implementation of welfare measures. For example, crisis management skill set to utilize resource optimally give professional the extra edge vis-a-vis elected counterparts in the cabinet is strategic, intellectual and managerial skill. So while they may have to struggle initially to gain acceptance and trust of the workforce and the general public, the ability to encourage the team efforts should work in their favor soon. So their intellectual and managerial skill can be utilized for building consensus among the sparring stakeholder. Hence the involvement should help raise the governance bar. The challenges they are not elected representative, so they will ignore people in carrying out their duties. So seasoned politicians have better understanding of what people want, so they know the pulse of the people better. So in India we know that there was a diversity in geography, demography, climate, economy, culture, social structure that requires specialized treatment for its problem in various locations. One size fits all approach is not panacea for all problem, especially in the policy execution. There is a need to wide representation of the communities in the cabinet. Moreover, the inclusion of hand-picked bureaucrats may cause exclusion in the participation rather than inclusion in the council of ministers. Strengthening of the institution of governance. Parliament is supreme representative institution in India, and political representative represent the electorate. And there is a need to develop a good practice and procedure in the parliamentary function, make the parliament a dynamic institution with a tune of the changing times. Open government is a key element in the governance reform. The environment of the secrecy that pervades the government function encourage malpractice. There is no early check because decisions are taken behind the closed doors. Thus, there is a need to strengthen the right to information system in India. Not only governance but good governance. The objective of the government and administration must be achieving good governance. Good governance characterized by participatory, consensus-oriented, accountable, transparent, and responsive, effective, and efficient, equitable, and inclusive, and follow the rules of law. Capacity building of the local self-government. There is a lack of human resources, knowledge, skill-based, and know-how of the infrastructure resources available in the local self-government to carry out the task. So if we talk about the conclusion, having said the fine balance between elected representative, bureaucrats, professional is the need of the hour for the Indian parliamentary system in the view of ever-growing global and domestic socio-economic challenges. In the view of ever-rising global and domestic socio-economic challenges, the participation of both would be vital for the governance to improve the governance and service delivery to the people. So having said that, there should be a fine balance between elected representative and bureaucratic professional. So having said that, a fine balance between elected representative as the need of the hour for the Indian parliamentary system in the view of ever global and domestic socio-economic challenges, participation of both would be vital for the government to improve the governance and service delivery to its people.